Hi, welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial, we would discuss how the big data analysis in a large dataset, such as the high-energy physics dataset with more than 10 gigabyte dataset. And we highly recommend that you could use the AWS image provided by this tutorial instead of running this program in your laptop. Since in our experiment, the image, this machine learning task, at least requires 60 gigabyte memory, and we recommend that you could use a 32 gigabyte memory VM instance to run this task. I think it may be higher than the configuration in your laptop, and then you can search the AWS image provided by our tutorial, and you will find this one, and you will click this one and launch the VM instance from this image. And since the memory requirement and the CPU requirement, we will use M5.2x large in this experiment, and then we click configure instance details in the next step. In this task, we only need one instance to do the traditional machine learning module in sklearn, so we do not change it. And then we go to next step. Next step is to add storage. We think 60 gigabytes would be suitable for this experiment to allow all data in the local. And then add tags. You can add any tags you preferred here. And then configure security group. Since we would like to deploy Jupyter Notebook in this VM instance, therefore we have to open the port for the Jupyter Notebook network traffic, and we choose customer TCP rule here, and we open the port 8888, and then we choose the source for the anywhere. So any instance in the network can look into the Jupyter Notebook by this 8888 port, and then we'll view and launch this instance. It will ask us to provide the key pair. Since I have the key pair personal, I will use this key pair to continue next steps and launch instance. It will need about 2 minutes to 3 minutes to launch this instance. We can check this instance from the EC2 dashboard here. We can see a circle here. It means that this instance has been initialized, but the initialize procedure has not been completed before. We give this instance a name, maybe called 15688 tutorial. Okay. And now we see the instance state has been changed from the pending state to the running state. And then we can use any terminal or any putty you like, for example, putty in Windows, or any terminal you like to get into this VM instance. For me, I prefer the X shell to do that. We will find the external IP address of this VM instance from here, and from here, and then we copy it, and then we copy it to X shell to paste this external IP address, and we will use the username Ubuntu to log into this VM instance here. We can change the username here. We use Ubuntu today. And now we can get into this one. First, let's look into the folder organization of the root directory. In the root directory, there is majorly 2 files, the Anaconda 3 and SparkML -physics. We will go to the SparkML -physics for our major work directory here. In this directory, we could look for the tutorial.ipynb. It is the Jupyter Notebook file we will use in the traditional module. And then we will type Jupyter Notebook in the command line and enter that. Within this command, we will launch a Jupyter Notebook in a remote server. The remote server means a VM instance, and then we can watch into this Jupyter Notebook remotely from our local machine. It may need about 1 minute to open the remote Jupyter Notebook. And then we think it is okay. Then we will use this public DNS to log into the Jupyter Notebook. Like that. We go to our browser and there use 888 to connect into the Jupyter Notebook, and then we could see the login value of the Jupyter Notebook here. The default password of the Jupyter Notebook in this experiment is 123456. Yeah, a very easy password, and we click the login button to log into the Jupyter Notebook. In this Jupyter Notebook, we will see 4 data files. These files are used for the dataset, which has been fetched from the UCI machine learning library, and then it will cover all dependencies we need in this program. And then we click the tutorial.ipynb to get into this program, and then we have logged into the Jupyter Notebook, which is very familiar, which you will be very familiar with. That is. And then we can deal with this Jupyter Notebook and run the command one by one to follow the order of the tutorial to get the right direction, and have a fun for this one. I think you will like that.